Hi guys, today we're going to play Aliens, one of my favourite arcades from back in the day, and one of my favourite films of all time actually. This, I don't think, from my recollection, this was ever ported to a console. So the only way you can play it is obviously via arcade with the original hardware, or, as what I'm using now, Raspberry Pi with Pi2scart on a CRT TV with full RGB and stereo sound, which is probably the only way you're going to be able to play this game as authentic as possible without actually playing the arcade and the original hardware. So yeah, let's have a go. Yeah, if you've never watched the Aliens film, the trilogy, the first two at least, the Alien and Aliens, they are absolutely brilliant, so I recommend you watching it, but this is my favourite one. So let's look, yeah, I mean, like I said, this is 240p on a CRT TV, full RGB, using Pi2scart with a SCART lead, you know, as original or as authentic as you're going to get without actually playing the arcade board. So I can't think, if anyone else knows, I can't think of any other console or any other place it was ported to, which it should have been. Could have quite easily emulated this on PS1 or Sega Saturn or something like that, which would have been great back then. And I didn't pick up any, for some reason, I didn't pick up any of the upgrades to the weapons, which is a bit poor. So, let's get that there. Nope. Oh no. Yeah, all the dip switches and everything are left as they are. This is default. I've not changed any of the settings. I've not made it any easier. Nothing like that. So it's as it is at the arcade. So yeah, that's the first boss down. The first bit's relatively easy. Yeah, I went to an arcade club in Leeds last weekend. I've been to the Bury one in Manchester a couple of times, but the one in Leeds is a little bit set out a little bit different. It's a little bit more open. It's got a mezzanine floor. Yeah, it's just a little bit better actually. Although I don't think they've got as many arcades to choose from, but they had this one. This is what reminded me to play this one today. So. And the emulation, you know, is, I mean, unless you scrutinise the game in every little aspect, you're not going to tell any difference. The only real difference you're going to get, to be fair, is lag. But that's been reduced on this setup by playing via CRT. So it's as close as you're going to get without playing original hardware, like I said. And the flamethrower is easily the best weapon in this game, at least anyway. Oops. Let's get a lift. Yeah, I mean, I've played around with some of the settings. This is the Raspberry Pi 3, so I know that the RetroArch update a while ago has got the run ahead feature, which obviously, you know, tries to accommodate and adapt any lag that's built into the game or into the obviously when you get in your USB controller, and even more so when you're playing a modern flat screen LCD TV. it tries to compensate for that, but I don't think it really works on this version of the Raspberry Pi because it's not powerful enough. But I mean, you know, like I said before, you're not going to get this experience any closer than the original arcade, even if you're playing on a high-end PC on an LCD screen modern TV with all the run-ahead features and that. It's still not going to feel as good as playing on a CRT, especially in full RGB stereo sound like this is. I don't think so anyway. Yeah, so all I'm using here is I've got an Xbox One controller via a USB lead straight into the Raspberry Pi, and you know, this controller works as good as any other that I've tried. If you really want a more authentic arcade experience, obviously you're better off playing with a joystick or an arcade stick. That's up to you obviously. I think there's some extra life up here. Nope, wrong. Ooh. Oh, come on. This is where I die. There you go. Let's do one more. Continue. As you can see, I'm no expert playing these games, but they are still really, really fun to play. I still prefer these over most modern games anyway. I think what it is with me with these sorts of games and going to the likes of Arcade Club and all that sort of stuff, it just reminds me of being a kid. You know, easier days, easier times, no stress. No mortgage, no bills, kids to feed, all that jazz, especially in this current climate at the moment, what we're all going through is just nasty. I think there's some bombs further up here as well, hopefully. There we go. Oh, damn. Wrong button. It's supposed to open? Ah, there we go. Oh no. Oh, come on. How do I get out of this thing? There we go. Oh. Oh, what? I really need to relearn this game. I used to be able to do a lot better than this in arcade, but then again, you know, it was 30 years ago. boss. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the recording, I can look through the window on the recording, what I'm seeing myself, it does not do the screen any justice whatsoever. You know, the picture quality on this screen, the 240p CRT RGB image is absolutely fantastic. Might not be coming through very well on the recording, but yeah, I mean, if you do like retro gaming, and you know you've got access to a CRT TV, I mean, they're still relatively cheap. People don't give them away anymore because they've actually, you know, the demand's gone up. I mean, if you look on eBay for a CRT TV these days, especially a Sony, you know, you can be paying a couple £100 for a 21-inch, 24-inch one nowadays. Before they were just giving them away, I was just throwing them away. But yeah, they've gone through a bit of a renaissance with retro gaming. You know, the demand's there as well. But the one massive bonus, obviously, for playing on any emulation really, is if you got this setup, the actual setup, for example. I'm looking at a Neo Geo AES system with NAM 1975, for example. I've got this on here, and obviously for the original hardware, I mean, nothing beats playing on original hardware, don't get me wrong, but if you want to play it on original hardware, you're looking at £300 on average for a system. For a good SCART cable RGB, you're looking at between 15 and 25, and then the game itself, you can be paying anything from £100 to £250. So you're looking at £500 to play one game on a Neo Geo original hardware. So yeah, I mean, if you want to play it on this system, you're looking at what's the Raspberry Pi these days? Is the Raspberry Pi about £30? I think most people have access to a modern USB controller, so you know, £40 maximum. So yeah, obviously it's a no-brainer really, for me anyway. And most people that buy these Neo Geo and other retro games, they're just collectors. They don't particularly play them, they just sat on shelves. Most of the YouTubers that are on there bump up these prices just purely down for collections, but they never really play them. It's a shame really, because I did actually have an AES back when I was 16. That was about 1991, and the games were anything from £185 I remember to around 150, depending on what you were buying at the time. Like your Metal Slugs were expensive, they were about £150 brand new. But yeah, I mean, the games now range anything from £100 or so, maybe a little bit more, up to anywhere up to 5,000. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. Anyway guys, that's it. I'm not going to continue anymore on that one. Just thought I'd let you have a little look at Aliens from 1990. Cheers.